So I'm Antonia Spitzer, and this is COSS Systems. We have a product called COSS ERP. We're an ERP software, primarily focusing on small to mid-sized manufacturers. We've been in business about 30 years. As I said, we've gone through all the different revelation, of the different products from Unix to Windows to now a cloud-based system.
Awesome.
We're based out of Connecticut. So, yes, I partially agree with that you're saying it's a crowded space, but it's not really. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So is the car industry. But once you start narrowing down what you need to run your company, every feature that you say, I need this or I need that, you get one more level tighter.
Yes.
And so one of the big things that we find is we do a lot in the aerospace and defense. So a lot in serial control, traceability, being able to look all the way down through all the subassemblies to know exactly what raw material, where it came from.
Yep.
Well, you're already eliminating half the products. All right. So one of the nice things, we're going to take you all the way from start to finish. We are what's called a best of breed product. Now, what that means is from day one, we knew we wanted to do manufacturing. So we were right in the space. Our fathers were in the space. Once we developed the manufacturing side, we sat there saying, well, what are we going to do on the accounting? We got to build this. So instead of developing our own product, we ended up partnering with some of the biggest ERP accounting softwares.
Okay.
So we started by featuring, we linked to Sage, and that was our first start. Well, once we did that, we ended up kind of saying, well, let's try QuickBooks. We actually linked at the time to QuickBooks to the point where even Intuit actually flew me out to their campus because they couldn't believe a big ERP system had linked to QuickBooks.
That's awesome.
So we did that, and then Microsoft came a-knocking about 2003. And what happened is we made a partnership with Microsoft, so you get the best of Microsoft's AI, Power BI, all the tool sets, and they integrate fully into COSS. And so we always think it's considered the best of breeds approach.
Love it.
Okay? One of the big things that COSS has stayed true to, and again, different from a lot of our competitors, we are the software. Every consultant that comes out on site works for COSS.
Okay.
So we are not going to go through and send you a partner or somebody that's implemented one time.
Yep.
You're getting all the experience of a COSS employee, and we are constantly tweaking the software. So we don't do this whole wait a year for a new build. We're constantly, probably it's 6 to 8 weeks, so we're tweaking it, improving it right from the shop floor.
Wow.
So we're still very much involved on the floor. We always call it for the shop, from the floor to the floor. When I talk to just anybody at a party, they'll say, isn't everything made in China, right? And it's not. It really isn't. And the reason I find a lot isn't because as Americans, we like variety. We like change. So if you wanted to configure that bed and you want it there on your doorstep, right? You can't make that. You have to, maybe some of the components you'll get there, but a lot of manufacturing still is done here because we're very nimble and we want a lot of variety. So you'll find smaller batch manufacturing is still a very big thing. We still have a lot of customers, and I'll give you one of our largest customers makes candles. And again, you would think that's something that could be made, right, overseas. But when you're shipping to TJ Maxx's and Marshall's and they're only taking 500, 1,000,
Sure.
and they want to have 30 different varieties on their shelf, you can't ship that from China because you can't get small quantities. So I find that where U.S. manufacturers will succeed is when they figured out how to efficiently manufacture something at smaller quantities to give more variety.